ago, Sergeant, do you not remember 30 seconds ago I said, arrest him, you asshole?
That's a good point. Yeah. Well, I mean, he said, you're God, Sergeant. And then he tells the sergeant to basically kill him.
He turns to him, and that's where it was odd, too. If I'm the actor, I'm like, hey, dude, don't shoot a gun when because he is looking right at him, and the barrel of that thing is maybe 12 inches from his face. I would be livid. Even if that's blanks, that still can put off all kinds of crap in the air. It's pretty dangerous stuff.
Well, so we've now got Mendez tumbled off, probably dead. Ursus then grabs the machine gun himself.
Yeah.
Right? And then decides that he's just going to shoot at this giant thing that's moving up in the air. Did I even know what it is?
No, as far as we know, no. Because I wanted to know, how did Zaius know the bomb shouldn't be shot?
That's a good point. He keeps, he refers to the evil of man. I assume that he looks at that and think that's something from mankind and you should stay away from it. Or who knows?
This is coming from the guy who blew up the whole cave with all the artifacts in it earlier.
Well,
wasn't worried about anything in there.
Maybe he's come across the remnants of a bomb before, or maybe he read a book about it, because I think that Zaius has a lot of knowledge that he's not shared with people. And I could see that maybe somewhere along the way he found a launch area or something.
Okay.
So right before the gunfire and Zaius saying, Ursus, you fool, that's a weapon built by man. It's at the 44-second mark we actually get the sense that Brent and Taylor are about to do something, and it's initiated by Brent, who basically kind of gets Taylor's attention and points over to something off on the other side of the cathedral.
Right.
But it's not Taylor doing it. It's Brent saying, I'm going to go over there.
And in that moment, instead of this passive swap of Brent taking the rifle and giving Taylor the club, to your point, if Taylor's moping about Nova and you can't, let's say Brent's pointing across and he can't get any kind of response from Taylor, I would have liked to have seen things like taking the gun from him and putting, anything like that to show that passivity of
Taylor.
I'm destroyed. I can't do it. And Brent then so cavalierly going across, and that's what gets him, to meet his end.
I liked that Brent had to point across, and then we actually had to get a shot of the organ briefly, and then the back shot of Brent pointing again, just to let us know that I'm going over there.
Well, I'm surprised he didn't go, you stay here. There's not, it's a very odd plan. I know that if any of us were in an action movie, we would at least point and go, I'm going here, or two of us are going over there. It's crap.
Yeah, and then Taylor does something where he pats the gun. I'm not even sure why he pats the gun.
I don't know.
But then we get Ursus actually using machine gun fire on the missile itself, and a back shot of Ursus going up the steps to the missile, with kind of Brent and Taylor kind of reacting to what he's doing as if they're about to initiate whatever that pointing plan was.
Right. It's a very cool shot you just showed us, which is the over the shoulder of Brent to Taylor and seeing Ursus kind of almost bow-legged shooting up at the bomb. It's a great shot.
And then Zaius kind of follows him up behind him, calling him a fool. You can't shoot it down with a clip of bullets.
Now that I think about it, is he saying you do not have the ability to destroy it with bullets, or you should not destroy it with bullets?
I think both.
Okay.
But I did like, we kind of end with this moment with Ursus just kind of looking at the gorillas and raising his hand up, and that's when he kind of says, well, if we can't shoot it down, we'll pull it down. I thought it was interesting, this choice of audio here, because it often sounded like they were in the cathedral.
Right.
Like we were getting audio from across the room or in that kind of cathedral-esque sound, as opposed to being, body mic'd or boom mic'd and hearing them directly over. We were getting the echo of the chamber for their audio.
Right. My question comes with the bomb. Why does it need to come down? What purpose does that serve for Ursus? I didn't understand why he feels like it needs to come down. Do they think it's something? Are they not understanding it's a weapon of destruction? Or are they thinking it's a religious artifact?
That's what I was going to say. It's an abomination that goes against our lawmakers, so we have to destroy it.
Well, Mendez saying this is the instrument of my God does not tell you that it's anything.
No, it doesn't.
You'd have to extend the belief. You'd have to extend your idea that Zeus knows that it is something because of his background, that in turn Ursus would also know that it is something.
Okay.
Right? I mean, you'd have to say, okay, maybe Ursus knows something about what this thing is.
Right. And we can get into this when we get to the final minute where it's mostly credits, and we can talk about. I know Richard's got an article here that we can dive into some of it, and I found some notes about the disappointment of the cast with this film. And I'm going to shout out right away for David Kincannon, who is one of the hosts of Everlasting Minute, took the time to tweet to us and say that Paul Dane was involved all the way through all the films, but due to illness, he did not get to write the final film. It was his idea. Even what I found from Paul Dane was a feeling of being rushed. And I think that shows in these moments, because you want to talk about a place where logic is removed. We've got a lot of characters doing things that don't make sense. Zeus, again, being the passive one behind it. If anything, I could see Zeus rushing forward and stopping Ursus. That would be a more interesting choice than just blowing it up and doing whatever. So it's one of those minutes where I don't understand entirely what's going on, but at least we're bringing the bomb down.
I think I have a quote from either Dane in here about some of that stuff too that we can bring up when the movie concludes, talking about that kind of.
All right, well,
it's not deep, but it's a little comment or two on it.
Well, I think that especially minute 95 of this is nothing but credits for the actors and nothing else. So why don't we treat it like that? When we get there, we'll talk about a lot of the reactions and thoughts from that, as well as show Sean the trailer for Escape.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Minute 91.
That's it.
Going, gone. Okay, that's it. We will be back tomorrow with minute 92. We're really pushing along. And in the meantime, you guys have a great day, and we're going to make martinis. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Beneath the minute of the apes. Beneath the minute of the apes. Beneath the minute of the apes.
The only good human is a dead human.